Hello, Brittany Mays of bmays.com here. And today we're going to talk a little bit about a program that I would like to show you guys. It's an online, it has free options, it has paid options, I'll show you, but it's called BeFunky, befunky.com. And I absolutely adore finding cool resources. So the fact that I'm able to share this with you today is super exciting to me. So much that I even made a free template from BeFunky that I am offering to you in the post that this video lives in. So just so you know, like, this is a really awesome software. And part of the reason it's so awesome is because you can start from scratch, or you can start from one of their tons of templates. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is when I go to befunky.com, I'm gonna give you an idea of how awesome it is, and then I'm actually gonna create something so you can see how it works. Okay, so here's befunky.com. We're gonna click on the designer. Okay, you obviously, if you just want to put some filters on a photo, resize it, crop it, or make a collage to upload to Instagram or whatever, you can totally do that. But I'm going to go ahead and go to designer because I want to create some stuff from scratch. So first of all, let me give you an idea of the layout. You know me, I love giving ideas of the layout. My saying is that you have to be unburdened by the technical in order to flow in the creative. That is so real to me. So I'm going to help unburden you when it comes to the technical of befunky.com. So the very first thing is, if I decide to change where I want to work, I can do that right here. We'll get into these controls once we've created our design. But the first thing I want to do, this first part are the templates. So as you can see, there are tons and tons of templates. All right, so everything from event graphics, small business, blogger resources, social media headers. I mean, I cannot even tell you how many templates exist in this thing. So just to give you an idea, if you did want to design your business card, you could literally click there and start working on these. And obviously, what I'm going to show you, what I create today, I'm going to actually create a social media image, but whatever I'm doing, those controls, those same principles obviously apply to any of these templates, right? So, you would just learn from what I'm doing, and then you'd go in and create your own stuff. But first thing I want to hit on is, notice that if I click in one of these templates, there's a little tag here, and it lets you know if it's free or if it's a plus item. Now, usually I'm like all free all day, baby, but here is why, one of the reasons I think BeFunky is so cool. If I go to upgrade now, I mean, look at these prices, guys. Like, you can literally pay $35 for the year and be done, and have have access to every single template on here. So what I would basically do is ask myself, hey, how do I feel about what I see? Does it match the types of graphics that I have to make on a daily basis? Would I easily, um, you know, be work through that $35? If the answer is yes, then it's like a no-brainer. But if the answer is no, no biggie, because there are so many free options that are super high quality that it's not a big deal. Okay. And as I said before, you can always come down here to blank templates and literally create your own from scratch. So if I go to social media, then I can just, it already has sizes laid out for me, right? So I can just create my own using all of the free options. If for some reason there's not a template that fits my fancy when it comes to the free stuff. So I seriously doubt that. But just to give you an idea, they always stay current on, like, what's coming around and all that. So it's really cool. It's really cool what you can do. Social media headers, the right sizes for Facebook and YouTube, the right blogger resources, blog images, blog titles, step by steps. See that? Infographics. I mean, honestly, you can just do so much. It's just really cool. Okay? So, the very first thing that I'd like to do, actually, let me finish showing you this over here. Sorry about that. So, here's all the templates. There's just so many, I got caught up. My bad. But also the project manager. At the end, I'll show you how to save your work as a project. That means that you have the ability to come back and edit it later. So if you create something and you know that you're going to keep it in that same feel, like a blog post featured image template, or a social media template that announces your Twitter chats every week, or whatever it might be, then you can always save that and load the project here, or save it within your BeFunky account and get the projects there. This is where you manage any images that you may want to upload and use, like custom images, into your computer. Into your design. So we'll actually upload a custom image here in a little bit, and I'll show you. This deals with background images, and background colors, and I'll show you that in a sec. And then design elements. So there's tons of design elements. So you have your templates up here. There's tons of those. And then you have your design elements, and there's tons of those. So this is like different icons that you could use, and arrows and lines and ornaments, just different things that you can use that would help you in your design. And finally, here is your text. And see, as soon as I clicked that, a text box popped up over here. So I can actually get out of that and click that and just hit delete, and then it's gone. But okay, so now you're familiar. It's not a difficult thing to figure out, but I just wanted to show you around a little bit. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to use this guy because it's right here. So my social media image for a blog post. What I'm going to do, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this guy right here, and notice that my image properties panel came up. So I can either open the image in an editor and actually edit the image. That would put different filters on the image. See, I can crop, resize, rotate, cut out. I can, literally cut out. You know, I can change the exposure. I can put a blur on it. I can put a tint on it. I can mix the colors up. I mean, there's so many things I could do, right? So just so you can see all the different things that I could do. Or I could, and by the way, there's even more. So if I want to touch up the skin, golly, man, it's just crazy how much you can do to these different images. It's almost crazy. Notice it uploaded it into the photo editor for me. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go back to my design right here. And excuse me, I'm going to click this image, and instead of opening it up in the editor, I'm going to go ahead and click replace image, because I actually do have an image that I want to use. So I'm going to grab this image and open it, and it's going to replace that image. So this is the image that I used for the blog post that I'm promoting in this social media image, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that there. Now, the first thing I do is I come over here and I say, you know what, I don't need this, so I'm going to hit delete. And then I need to change this color. This is the background color, so I'm going to go right here to background, and I'm going to click my color picker. I'm going to grab this eyedropper tool, and I'm just going to hit, let's see, how about if we do that guy there. There we go, I like that. Okay, so we'll get that, and we're done with the background image. Thanks so much, guys. And I'm going to just erase these because we don't need these. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my title for my blog post right here. If I click my text tool, then it's going to give me this right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust actually what the text says, and I'm going to say game changers. That's the first part of my title. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust the area that I would want this to fit in. So I don't want it to be way over here. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it right there. And then I'm going to also go ahead and put this on the second line because I know I'm going to want that. And if I, sorry, get out of there. If I click on it, now all these options pop up. I want it centered. I want to get rid of the stroke on it, the outline. So I'm going to click outline color, and I'm going to hit transparent. I don't want it to have an outline, but I do want it to have a color, so I'm going to choose the color picker, eyedropper, and I'm going to make it this dark blue right here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that like that. Okay, so I'm going to choose, actually, yeah, no. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and make it this color right here. So I'm going to choose that. But the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change the font. Now, one of the other reasons why BeFunky is so cool is because it does use the fonts that you already have loaded on your computer. So you can choose ours, and it's all of the BeFunky fonts if you want to just use those. But if you have some fonts, like for instance your brand fonts or whatever that you want to use on your computer, you can click yours, and it will allow you to find your fonts that are on your computer. My personal excuse me, my personal fonts for my BMaze brand are Code. So I'm going to find Code Bold. There it is. Oh, I passed it. Come back. There it is. So I'm going to click that, and there it is. But I'm going to go ahead and make this size bigger. Okay, there we go. And I really want the spacing to be spread out a little bit, so I changed the spacing. So the very first thing I'm going to do is center that. Okay, and notice how it told me it was centered. And if I want to make these adjustments, guys, I can make it so that it's adjusted to just fit the area that is the text. The reason why that's a good idea in any design that you make is because if you have a bunch of boxes overlapping each other because they're too big for what you're actually trying to accomplish, when you try to select that thing, it can be really hard to select. So while this is selected, I'm going to go ahead and go to Options. Oh, and by the way, guys, just so you know, if any element is selected, here's the font, there's the alignment, here's the color picker. This is the background color if you wanted to change that of the box. Here's the opacity if I wanted to change the transparency of this particular text. See there how it changed? Let me bring it back up to 100. And then there's this flyaway options box that's going to allow me to duplicate. And I'm going to hit duplicate, and then I'm going to bring it down, because I'm going to write the rest of the title here. Now, for this part of the title, I want the text to be a different color. I'd like it to be this blue right here, and I need it to be a considerably smaller. So I'm gonna go with 50, but I'm going to spread it out so that it is still the same width as my text above it. And then I'm going to go ahead and say, so Game Changers, how to take control of your graphics, right? And I might want, some of these on some different lines. So there we go. So, and right now, I'm going to make sure this is in code bold, but actually I want to change just the word control to a different one. So notice it's saved my recent fonts code bold, but if I kind of scroll down, wait, don't go too fast. Come back. And I could make that my Artful Beauty, excuse me, my Artful Beauty font, and I could scale just that little part of it up if I'd like. I could do it like that, or go back to 100. Let's see. Oops, sorry. I could even just go and grab my other brand font. Let me see. Oh, I keep doing that, don't I? Sorry guys, my scroll is sensitive. Alright, there we go. Code light. There we go. So how to take control of your graphics. Now click out of that. So there's that part. Now on this side I want to almost do like a little preview of the post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put kind of like the 3 steps to how to take control of your graphics. I'm going to go ahead and go to my designer elements, and I'm going to click on shapes and grab this square. Now when you're dealing with shapes inside of BeFunky, what you want to do, if you want to resize it, first of all, you don't have to press anything. It keeps it to scale. But let's say I wanted to make this particular square a rectangle. If you hold down Shift, then you can actually make it whatever orientation, size, whatever that you'd like. Okay, so I'd actually like my square back. So I'm going to delete that. There we go. And I'm going to come grab my square again. And I'm going to... that's good. I'm going to put this right here. And I want to change the color of this. So I'd like to come over here, click Color Overlay, grab my eyedropper, and I'm going to make it this pinky color right here. Right now my intensity is on 50%, so it's blending this pinky color with this blue color under it. I'm going to intensify that all the way up to 100, so it is the exact color that I want it to be. Alright, and then I'm going to duplicate this 2 more times, because notice my my guides that it gives me. It's letting you know, hey, everything is lined up the way you want it. And that's right in the middle of my document right there. So I'm going to grab that, and then I'm going to hit duplicate 1 more time. And I'm going to put one more down here. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now I have my my 3 squares. And you're like, what are you going to do with that? Well, let me show you. First thing I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm going to bring it over here. And I'm going to change what it says. So my very first step is know your design goals, right? So I'm going to, oh, sorry, if I just click it, there we go. Left justify, change the color. I'm going to grab my eyedropper tool and change it to this kind of grayish white, this slightly gray color right here. And then I'm going to also change the font size. I'm going to bring it down to about, let's say, 36. So let's line this up with the top of the box, which it clearly tells me that I can right there. And my square is already fine. If this was all the way out here like that, then I would just bring it in and make sure that it's lined up properly. Now this makes filling these out pretty easy. So I'm going to grab that, click duplicate, bring that down to this square. There you go. It's all lined up and it's lined up there. So know your design goals. The second one is choose a design platform. Oops. I know how to spell platform. And learn it. Exclamation point. No, I didn't put P. Let's leave it at that. And then grab this last one, duplicate it, and put one more right here. And then the final one is create your graphics according to your plan. Okay, so we're almost done. I'm actually going to duplicate this one more time, and I'm going to instead double click here, put the number 1, bring this in, and when I click it, I'm going to center align it, and I'm going to make this bad boy much bigger than it is. Let's go with 65. And I'm going to put it right here in this box. Now, let's say you decided to put the box there afterwards. Let's say, you weren't thinking and you're like, oh, wait, oh, I think I want a box after that. And so you duplicated and you put the box up. And let's say the box was accidentally over the 1, right? So you're like, oh, man, it's covering my 1. Well, that's where these little layer items come in handy. Okay, this is how you flip horizontally. This is how you flip vertically. And these are your move forward, move backwards. So while this is selected, I'm just going to say, hey, move backwards. And then it will display what I need it to display. There we go. So bring you back over 1. We'll just go ahead and duplicate that. Oop, there we go. Double click. Make you a 2. Because that's what comes next. And then duplicate this. We'll get that over there. And we'll make you a 3. Okay? And then I can go in if I want and add a little bit more text or detail here, or move these up, or however I want to do it. But you see, in general, I am creating this social media image that I will then be able to share about my blog post. So when I'm ready to save, I'll come up here to this save menu, and I can either save it to my computer, I can save it to BeFunky, and this would be the actual image. It would export as an image. I can go ahead and save it to Facebook, Google Drive, Dropbox, or, as I was telling you before, if you wanted to save it in an editable form, you click Save as Project, and it'll bring up a dialog box that will allow me to name it. It would allow me right here to name it. It will also allow me to either save it to my computer itself or to my BeFunky account. So either one. I can also go ahead and share this bad boy if I want to my various social media options. So if something goes wrong, I can undo here, I can redo here, and if I want to reset my entire canvas, I'll click this. Hopefully you were able to see the absolute treasure that BeFunky is in all of its glory. All these templates, it's so awesome. It really takes a lot of the design work out of it, because what I've realized as I've continued to teach people how to use certain software, that it's difficult to teach how to design well. So what they do is they take the how to design well out of it, because all you have to do is follow one of their templates and it looks like gold. Okay, so anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks for listening to me, and talk to you soon.